Well, I thought that was a quite a successful one last week.
Yeah, did all right.
Yeah, not too bad. Well, more people than we thought decided to listen to our ramblings, so I suppose that's a good thing.
Yeah, quite a few people got hold of me saying they were looking forward to the next one, which is always nice.
Yeah, it's good. Hopefully we don't disappoint, but if we if we do, oh well.
We've been doing that all our lives.
Yeah, that's it. It's not going to make any fucking
Yeah,
difference now,
what
is it?
break the habit of a lifetime.
Oh, I didn't really enjoy the second podcast. Oh well, don't listen to the third then. Fuck off.
Yeah,
Don't like it, don't listen.
yeah. Listen to that fancy man instead.
Yeah, the one with all the money.
Yeah, with the YouTube monies.
Oh yeah, that's what we're chasing.
Oh, give us that YouTube money and that Google money. I
Oh,
want
that's
to be
right.
carbon neutral too.
That's where the money is.
Yeah. Oh yes.
God. Oh, well, what's been happening then from the last one? What we got?
There's still been a shitload of snow.
Yeah, well, I've been having trouble with internet. My water pipes froze the other day as well.
Did they?
Yeah, straight up. I was, trying to wash my hands or something, and then there's no water. So I'm outside of the caravan with a bottle of, a kettle full of water, tipping it on the pipes, trying not to crack the plastic. Oh, proper domesticated now, me.
Look at you. He
It's-
uses the kettle outside of drinking.
yeah, I think it's more just blagging it.
That's
Don't
the way
worry,
to do
Nick.
it.
Don't worry, Nick. I'll fix them pipes. Oh crumbs. Okay. Yeah, I better hide that.
Oh yes.
Oh, I've got a little something I've been having a look into, which might be right up your
So
street.
I've heard. So I
Hmm.
have heard.
So, obviously, last week we brushed upon your climate change thing, didn't we, debacle? And how you're interested in it
Mm.
and researching it. And
Yeah.
then I've just been going through looking for some stuff. And my brother, of all people, said to me that there's something called phytoplankton that
Mm.
produces nearly 85% of the oxygen on Earth. And I thought, well, that's interesting. So let's give it a fucking whirl. And sure enough, you can type it in Google, and there it is. Byproduct of photosynthesis is oxygen. Scientists believe that phytoplankton contribute between 50 to 85% of the oxygen in Earth's atmosphere. Happy days.
Yeah.
And then,
It's because they're sort of linked with coral reefs, aren't they?
oh, don't get me started on coral reefs.
Yeah, because they've been like super bleaching and stuff, and for years people have been taking pictures of these perfectly white coral reefs and look, oh, how beautiful is that? And then the scientists have come forward saying, like, no, that's not beautiful. That's really bad. They shouldn't be that colour.
Stop appreciating death and decay. What's wrong with you?
Yeah, you
I've never.
sadist.
Well, I didn't go that far into it because you know me. I just click the first link on Google and have a little look and go from there.
Oh,
But
absolutely.
but then it got me on.
Tricom.com.
Yeah, yeah, that's right. Getting all the real facts.
Oh, yes, from the
So,
baby eaters.
Mr. Jones, you are the boy. So this brought me on to something even more fascinating, right? So I was like, okay, yeah, so that's all well and good. And then I was going to go down and, like, about the global warming or climate change, whatever it's called now. And
Mm.
then I stumbled across, let's have a look. So, where are my notes?
It's funny
So,
you
yeah,
say
so,
that actually while you're looking for your notes. I haven't actually heard the phrase global warming in quite a long time.
yeah, I
It's
think,
mainly just called climate change now, isn't it? But yeah, I forgot it was called global warming at one point.
and it's pretty ironic we're sitting here talking about fucking, global warming when there's snow on the ground and I can't get anywhere because of the fucking snow.
Oh
Cheers,
yeah,
cheers, Bill Gates.
yeah. Thanks, Obama.
Oh, cheers, Boris.
Yeah, and that Nicola Sturgeon.
Oh, she's always up to trouble, mate.
Yeah, she likes to throw a grenade in the room and then come in afterwards and be like, "Boom! You got sturgeonated."
The Sturgeonator.
Yeah,
Mm. So, well,
I like
so,
them feisty.
oh no, you don't want to go down that route, dude.
Oh no.
Oh, well, I was going to go down also. You sent me something in the week about experiments on the brains of snails, didn't you? Remember that?
Yeah.
And I was gonna go down that one. I thought, yeah, fuck it. And I thought, oh no, that sounds a bit too complex. So instead, on my global warming thing and the what's it, the plankton that's making all the fucking oxygen,
Yeah,
I
what was
found
the plankton called again?
phyto phytoplankton.
Phytoplankton, yeah, of
Yeah,
course.
and
Nice.
I'm not in.
That's a PHYTO plankton. For
That's the
those
one.
at home who want to follow along. They're pretty little things, eh?
Oh yeah, that's really really bad hosting on my part. I didn't even spell it. I just assumed everyone could spell because I've got the spelling in front of me. But yeah, go on have a look at that. They are pretty. They can be quite nice and helping enrich the world with oxygen. So win-win.
Yeah. And
So on.
apparently, phytoplankton are a microscopic marine algae. Phytoplankton is the base of several aquatic food webs. In a balanced ecosystem, they provide food and a wide range of sea creatures.
God,
Oh, food for a. Sorry, I troubled on my end there. Yeah, they provide food for a wide range of sea creatures. So them lot dying could also be responsible not only for the seas becoming more empty due to our fishing, but also because the lack of phytoplankton.
oh shit! So actually, this
So it's
is
a double whammy.
yeah. So they are little helpful buggers, but we've got to keep them
They
going.
are. They're
We've
very
got to keep.
important.
They look like little spaceships, though. Have you seen some of the pictures?
Yeah.
I would urge anyone just to go onto Google and just type in phytoplankton. It's basically plankton with PHYTO in front of it. And yeah, there's like little flying saucers, little discs. You can
Yeah.
tell I have no idea about marine biology. Oh, Aaron, they look like discs.
They
I'm
do look.
learn. I'm
That one,
learning.
the Wikipedia image four along, looks like a bunch of spaceships at a rave.
Oh well, that's obviously what we're going to be looking at now. Let's have a look.
Spaceships at raves.
I didn't search that, but that would equally be interesting.
Yeah.
So, on my quest for obviously because they're producing loads of oxygen, yeah, and I thought, well, that's a good
Hmm.
thing. And then I thought, well, what's taking oxygen out of the air apart from us being alive and breathing and all that sort of rubbish? And
Hmm.
then I went down a pretty cool little rabbit hole, which I'm sure you may have heard of, but it's about it's bizarre, man, but it's about a fucking massive mushroom in America,
Yeah.
right? And I'm
When you say massive, are we talking like is it a beast?
I'm going to get the right. I'm going to get the right wording for it, and then I'm going to get everyone to have a look.
Oh,
Because yeah, let's have a look. Oh, I've got. All right. If you type in Google honey fungus, it should
honey
come up.
fungus.
Just honey fungus,
Oh, yeah, honey fungus. Look at that.
and then should be getting some pictures up. And I think you have to put maybe Oregon afterwards because in over the pond.
Oregon, you say?
Yep, Oregon. That's it. Sets record for the largest living organism on Earth. And
Let's
it's a
have a
beast.
look.
Have a look at that. It's like 2 miles wide.
Oh, it's 2 miles wide.
Yeah, apparently.
Hold on a second, I'm looking at the wrong one. I looked at a mushroom, which was pretty big.
It's all underground. That's probably why you're not going to see it. Most of it's
Oh, it's
underground.
one of those ones that are underground.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
what
I've
they.
heard about them. Yeah, they're like in with the rhizome layer and all that.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, I've heard about these.
So
I
I've got
didn't
a
know they
little.
were that big though.
Yeah, it's fucking huge, man. So I'll just read it. I'll just read a bit of about that, just in case no one's near a computer. But it says here, in the Blue Mountains of Oregon, there is a colony of Armil. Oh, I'm not even going to try and pronounce it, but it's like Armil Araya solid pipes. That's believed to be the world's largest known organism. The fungus is over 2,500 years old and covers an estimated 2.2, oh no, 2,200 acres, which is 8.9 square kilometers. So that's pretty fucking big.
Yeah,
Uh,
that's like what I think I've got one here. It's 2.4 miles,
yeah, that's it.
3.8 kilometers across. Yeah, crossing the Blue Mountains of Oregon.
That's it. And then it says above ground, the honey mushrooms are short lived, but the underlying mycelium, which is branch like vegetation, lives on. So obviously, I was like, oh, okay, cool, that's pretty interesting. But then I started. It sounds weird and it sounds like a proper stoner podcast, but I started like researching mushrooms more,
Why
thinking
not?
like,
And that
what's
word
this?
was armillaria.
Oh, oh yeah, now you say it, armillaria.
Yeah, that was the of the armillaria genus. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, genus. Not to be confused with
So
the.
when you say this mushroom is 2.4 miles across, Is that a collection of mushrooms or is that a single mushroom?
I believe where it is. It's believed to be the one, like the whole thing is a whole. It's one basically, but it has little mushrooms popping out the top of the ground. But the whole thing is underground.
Jesus Christ.
So basically,
Like the root kind of thing. They all share the same
yeah, that's it.
like baseline. Cool.
Mm.
Yeah, so
And
you started researching the mushrooms, eh?
yeah, and I was like, so this massive mushroom is wiping out trees in the forest because that's what it does. It wipes out trees because it feeds on their branches and their soil, and
Makes
obviously
sense.
mushrooms suck out like
Yeah, it takes all the nutrients from their feed as such.
yeah,
It's
and
literally stealing the food out of its mouth.
yeah, that's it. Like, and where are we? So I started thinking, right, I'm gonna have a look at this because someone told me that mushrooms inhale oxygen, like they respire, so they take on oxygen and expel carbon dioxide. And I thought, well, this is a flip side to the plankton, surely.
Mm.
If we've got the sea creatures sorting us out with the oxygen, but these massive motherfucking fungi things, like killing the atmosphere, I had to have a look at it. So the long and short of it, rather than just talk about mushrooms forever, because I'm sure
Mm.
everyone's going to love that. That's got to be the title, giant mushrooms.
Mate, judging by the people who have got hold of me with the positive feedback, trust me, they all love mushrooms.
Every
But
single.
our fan base so far is pretty pro mushroom. I think you're good.
And next week, baking.
Oh yeah.
So let's have a look. I've got yeah, mushrooms are obligate aerobes, and an obligate aerobe is an organism that requires oxygen to grow. Through cellular respiration, these organisms use oxygen to metabolize substances like sugars and fats. And in this type of respiration, oxygen serves as the terminal electron acceptor for the electron transport chain, which all sounds a bit too scientific and clever for a fucking mushroom, if you ask me. Um,
Yeah, they're taking the piss a little bit.
yeah, for just you doing your job as it was before. I thought, yeah, that's fine. I'll pick you up,
Yeah.
eat you, and I might go travel to another dimension, or I might just have you with my lasagna. Who knows?
Yeah. They think they can take liberties. Ho, 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 ho. No,
Well, we know what happened to the last lot. Oh,
well, that's exactly it. And I ain't got much room for that kind of nonsense.
Stop it!
One of us had to.
I was waiting for
I
it.
got it out of the way, all right?
Oh, God. Broken the
You
ice
know
now.
me, mate, I like to be a fun guy, you know?
Oh, for fuck's
Oh,
sake!
he did it
Come
again.
on.
I
What is
know. Sorry, we're better than this.
we? Sorry, everyone. If you was expecting anything other than mushroom jokes, well,
Yeah.
that's what we've got this week apparently.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, whilst we're on the mushroom thing still,
yeah,
I've got to drop this on you. Did you know, right, that there is a type of fungus which, in its spores, right, will eventually get inside a spider's, like into a spider. It will absorb itself into it, and then this fungus will grow on its brain, and it will take control of the spider, making it its own like little zombie that it can control itself, and it will climb it up to the highest tree it can find, where it will just sit and starve to death, so that this type of fungus that needs to be in a higher altitude to survive can start sprouting into a fully blown mushroom, and it will do it on the carcass of a tarantula that it took control of.
what the fuck?
Yeah, that's what
Really?
mushrooms get up to, mate.
Is it?
Yeah, mushrooms, they'll mate, they'll fuck you up.
Well, I got to have a look at that, man. That sounds a bit sci-fi for me. I mean, I know.
I know.
I mean, I'm.
That's why it's worth bringing. You know what I'm like, mate. When it comes to sci-fi and horror, I'm a fiend. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? So stuff like that blows me away. For some reason, that's the stuff I remember. Nothing important.
Nothing that's going to help you in life.
Yeah. I mean, today it was. I've been looking forward to this podcast all week. Today at 5 to 1, I was like, there was something I was meant to do today.
What was it?
You know?
Oh,
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
oh
But
fuck.
yeah.
Mate, you're not actually fucking even far wrong at all. I typed in zombie spiders, obviously fungus zombie spiders, and there it is. It's come up. Yeah.
They're mad, aren't they?
Oh fuck that, man. I
See,
don't even.
your fungus research is going to go even deeper now, isn't it?
Well, that's it, and I suppose it's kind of all relevant to like this next part. So, Like obviously, so I'm sitting there thinking like, so mushrooms we just gathered by that, which is correct, but I don't want to go into it, guys, because I've got my own research to do. We can go back to zombie fucking spiders later,
We're
but
deep enough as it is.
yeah, that's right. So I've got so mushrooms need to breathe just like we do, yeah, except they don't have lungs, so that's pretty fucking crazy. Uh,
That is
they
bad,
ex,
actually.
they exchange gases directly with the atmosphere in an anaerobic bacteria. And then, oh no, I've just cut that off. Right, here we go. So, mushroom cell exchanges gas directly with the atmosphere. No oxygen can be exchanged. If no oxygen can be exchanged, anaerobic bacteria build up, and that's bacteria which do not need oxygen to thrive, and literally choke the mushroom to death.
Wow.
Yeah. So I'm starting to think these are more and more, maybe not sentient or conscious, but they're a bit more fucking advanced than what we all thought. I'm thinking. That's what I'm starting to think.
Yeah, man, that is mad.
And then it comes, and then I'm going to drop a bomb, right?
Oh,
This is going to wind
I thought
people
the
up.
bomb was already dropped,
The bombs,
but
well,
oh,
and
go on.
now you might know more than me. So, it, can vegans
That's a
eat
big
mushrooms?
fucking might.
Can vegans eat mushrooms if they can fucking breathe? How does that work?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, that's a difficult one because aren't don't mushrooms have quite aren't they like a big part of like a vegan's like
Ma
protein staple?
I believe it's massive. Yeah, this is where we should have a vegan with us to tell us the answer.
Yeah,
But yeah, I just thought if they could fucking breathe, and it's like it chases, and bear in mind they don't even need sunlight to fucking live and survive, So this thing is
that's true.
living.
Yeah,
So what the hell does it come under? Do you know what I mean?
yeah. I mean, that's mad because it's like because I mean I wouldn't go so far as to call it a vegetable. I mean, is it a vegetable? I don't know. Oh, it's a freaky thing, is what it is.
Yeah,
And
you don't get the carrots doing it, do you?
no, like, you don't hear them getting up to that kind of nonsense.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, I don't know, mate. If they're like they're going around like because like the whole thing where they're like stealing the food from the trees and stuff
yeah.
and what have you, that happens a lot in uh, botany and stuff like that. Anyway,
Mm.
it's like when we've like my mum, she's a big gardener. She knows all this sort of stuff. But it's like whenever she does something in the garden, some things have to be away from others. Like you
Right.
can't just throw any flower next to another flower. It just doesn't work that way. And I was just like, oh, okay, cool. So she's like talking me through it all. And she was saying, yeah, but that one over there, you need to water a lot, whereas that one doesn't need much water. But the little water it might get being next to that other one will get drunk up by the more thirstier ones. So those have got to be at least like 6 feet apart from each other. And it's like, oh, okay. So, it happens quite a lot, but to the point where that one then grows to that size. And I mean, I know they spread by spores, but how does the photosynthesis work with them? I mean, are they self-seeding? Do they rely on
Well,
like, the wind to carry the spores, or is it? I don't know.
that's, that's it. I mean that's as far as I got with it on that until I come across another bombshell that got dropped
Oh,
on this subject, right? So I'm having a look through, and then there's someone called what's his name? Terence McKenna.
I heard
Um,
the
who-
name.
yeah, and he's created a theory that suggests mushrooms played an important role in separating the Homo erectus from the less evolved ape by
I can believe that.
basically by literally eating mushrooms, and which is expanding their consciousness and enabling them to think about well, I don't know what fucking monkeys or Homo erectus think. I know what I think of when I say Homo erectus, but
Mm.
you know what I mean. It says here. I've got a little clip just so everyone knows I'm not just talking shit. So humans began to migrate to new areas. At some point, they may come across psychedelic mushrooms growing in cow droppings and ate them. Nice. After ingesting them, and more specifically the psilocybin they contained, their brains kicked into overdrive, acquiring new information processing capabilities, and the mind-blowing expansion of our imagination is the bargain.
Wow.
I was in the bargain of that. So yes. So
Yeah, I've heard a few theories on this sort of thing. I've got a fantastic book called The Social Leap by William von Hippel, and he talks about the evolution of humans, like separating from the others, like from the Neanderthals and Australopithecus and Homo sapiens stepping forward and being like, we're the daddies around here,
Mm,
right? And he thinks that it was us becoming more social, which is what helped us sort of develop our more sort of the part of us that made us separate from
yeah,
the others. I mean, there was obviously different physical traits as well, because you're just going to get that wherever. But what left them behind to be the sort of like just club bashing, rock throwing apes that they pretty much were, that we were at the same time. We moved on because eventually certain clans in certain areas. Now, I'm probably getting this completely wrong, but if it sounds like nonsense, it's not William's fault. I'm I'm transcribing it wrong, but he believes, as far as I remember, is that certain one that like say like hunter gatherers, the women would be the gatherers typically, and the men would be the hunters. But just coming up with that concept of okay, you guys do this and we'll do this is a social agreement.
right.
And it was things like that working as a team like that. And then when they were out and they'd be hunting, if one of them wasn't pulling their weight, it would be the threat of exile, perhaps. And it would, instead of being a matter of, oh, we'll just literally either kill him or just let him get eaten by something, it was that sort of, again, working as a team, giving them a choice, like either buck up your ideas or fuck off. And back then, surviving on your own was
You're fucked,
pretty
didn't
much
you?
next to impossible.
Yeah.
You relied on those around you. And it was sort of that sort of thing that made them like, oh, well, if that worked, maybe we could come up with other ways of like socially integrate. And then eventually it came into like a ranking system and like hierarchies, lower hierarchies, and in the middle hierarchies, and just spread out like that. And that's what became obviously when you're social, you're a society, and society becomes civilization. And that was what separated us from the others. And when they all died out because they didn't have any new ideas, obviously we were getting flooded with them, and we were like, we built from there, and that's why we survived, and they didn't. But
So,
another theory to it was the discovery of fire and cooking meat. They think
right,
when they look back to the evolution, like biologically, after like exo thousands or hundreds of thousands of years after the discovery of fire, our brains more than doubled in size.
right.
So we've eaten meat, but when you cook meat, you get all the nutrients and everything from it. So from there onwards, our bodies got basically like supercharged.
Well,
Just
because the meat.
yeah, because of the meat just being cooked.
Mm.
And yeah, so that's another theory behind it. But yeah, so I could totally get on board with the fungus theory.
Well, this is
100%.
say you just said about the brain doubling in size, yeah. So this is quite funny because this is where I'm going to flip this back, and then we can go on to another subject. Because he said, this is this Terence McKenna. He says, what's really important for people to understand is there was a sudden doubling of the human brain 200,000 years ago. From an evolutionary point of view, that's an extraordinary expansion, and there's no real, solid, concrete evidence for this increase in the human brain. So,
Really
yeah, that's it.
interesting.
So,
I
so
like that.
it's all speculation. It's all like, so is it this?
Wow.
And it's like, yeah, that's cool. So it might be because the mushrooms, it might be because the meat, it could be fucking. I'm not being funny. Have you ever, I was gonna say, have you ever taken
Yeah.
mushrooms? Then remembered who I was talking to. But so, when you do mushrooms and you start, you're tripping balls and you go to a different galaxy and meet Jesus. They could be doing that shit back then,
100%.
and that's gonna change your fucking view of the world if you're living in in the forest or running away
Uh-huh.
from fucking tigers and stuff.
Just put it here as well for something we touched on earlier.
Yes.
Um, Mushrooms have a sexual and asexual reproduction trait. Asexually, the gills underneath the cap are like sexual reproduction where spores are produced and they extract and or disperse the spores into the wind, and they can also spread naturally through other means too. So perhaps like, a mouse running underneath, its back brushes against the gills, it carries the spores with it to wherever it goes. Stuff like that. from the wind, other insects, even in like being eaten and then crapped out later.
Hmm.
They've literally any sort of natural way of reproducing, reproducing, that they've got it covered. Again, sneaky mushrooms.
Jesus, so the gills underneath are that what? So it's like a sexual thing then?
Yeah,
Is
that's
there?
their bits.
I think I've got to research it. I think they fucking breathe from them as well, dude. They're fucking
Jesus.
no way. Um,
I,
yeah,
I'm kind of scared of mushrooms.
yeah. Well, they're not going in my dinner tonight. I tell you,
They can be as well.
they can fuck right off. They go out the fridge in a minute. Good
Yeah,
one.
just buy mushrooms to take outside the supermarket and stomp on them in the car park. Ain't no one having you.
In front of everyone.
Yeah, too right.
Die, you murderous mushrooms.
Oh,
But I can't actually find. I can't actually. Oh no, they don't. They just breathe through the surface of their skin. By the looks of it, it's like other plants do, but they don't quite photosynthesize because they don't
yeah,
need.
they haven't got lungs.
Yeah,
And they can choke to death.
that's fucking weird, isn't it?
Yeah,
But
man.
but then I mean, tying up all of that, I mean, my mind
Can they
kind of
carry handguns?
well, not yet, but maybe in a couple of thousand years, hundred
Oh,
thousand years,
that's their problem.
yeah, I'll be dead by then.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's crazy, man. And then like I started really going deep, and then I'm thinking maybe I was just too high for this shit. You know, maybe I don't need to be doing this much research on this one thing. And then I had a look that this Terence McKenna guy was actually a really strong advocate for psychedelics. So we could have just made it all up just to get to practice on different shrooms and get high all day. Which either way, I'm happy with. If he's happy, I'm happy.
Yeah, mate, I condemn him condemn him? Commend him. I'm
Hmm.
getting all my nerds in a fucking fuddle today, but I tell you.
Oh, it don't matter. Who cares?
Yeah,
This is
this
what
is it.
happens. This is what happens when you're unscripted, mate.
Oh, yes.
You get all the fucking spoutings. So yeah, that was my little brain fart of the week. It's just from something little like plankton, it's just gone, boom. Here we go.
Yeah. And what
Murder
we
some
were
mushroom.
mentioning earlier about the snails and they
Mm.
like brain experiments, because obviously we touched on it and people might be like, hang on, what's this? And yeah, basically they made a bunch of snails like remember something. They can implant memories into them. They can make a snail remember something that never happened to it, and it can take the memory from another snail and put it into another snail, so that snail can remember what the other snail remembered, like it was its own experience, or they can just delete memories altogether. And yeah, how they do it, I've no idea, and I don't know how they play the memory game with the snails. I don't think it would be a series of questions. I mean, maybe they'll like get it to walk from one side to the other and put a treat either side and see which one it liked, and then maybe do another one after, swap it over and see if it goes for another one. Like, oh, he forgot that's the one he likes, or whatever. I don't know.
Yeah, man. Well, I think scientists are getting so clever now. I mean, God, I know
Oh,
we are.
100%.
We are thick as fuck when it comes to things. But I
Oh,
mean,
right.
but
100. Yeah.
them scientists, man, like there's literally. I saw something the other day as well. This is not. I haven't pre-researched any of this, but I heard that MIT or some researchers at MIT are trying to record and even alter your dreams. So there's a way to record your fucking dream.
Yeah, because I remember before that I was reading that they could see you dreaming on a
Mm,
certain type of CAT scan or something. Like they can tell if you're dreaming or not by looking at like a brain scan.
mm.
And if there's like these ripples and electric things going off, I don't know. I'm probably getting it all wrong, but apparently you dreaming is a visible phenomenon that they can see, but not like see. Obviously, they can't see you flying on the back of a banana while shooting a ray gun at fucking rabid hedgehogs or something. But it looks like almost like a heartbeat in a way, like a cloud just going whoop, whoop, like pulsing or something.
Right.
So it's something they can like visually. look at. But no, that sounds. But actually record it and like
Yeah, so you can actually watch it. Well, I think it started.
that's
Um,
insane.
yeah, I think it started on kind of like just they can pick up the colours that your eyes are sensing or your brain's sensing. So you're looking like a reddish colour, which you might be fighting. You know, you might be fighting dragons or hobbits, and
Ah,
in
so it's like color coded in a way.
yeah. I mean, if I was,
Like that
there's
one's this certain shade of blue that's normally associated with coldness or something. So they're dreaming about something cold.
yeah, I think that's how it kind of. I don't know
Yeah,
how far they've got. I don't know how far they've got with it.
yeah, like
Um,
color association sort of thing. I don't know. That's mad.
yeah, it's pretty fucking
But is it?
bonkers.
But at the same time, it's kind of scary. Like because without going down too much of a route, the way everyone is at the moment with oh they said this, so it must mean that, and they've done this, so that must mean by association they're guilty of this, that, and the other.
Mm,
And people are getting in trouble for even just having opinions.
yeah.
Is it going to get to a point where it's like, oh, he dreamt that he did this, so that must be what the kind of person he is?
Well, that's a good point. I mean, I'm not being
Do you know
funny.
what
What?
I mean? I mean, people have been put on trial for their faults before, bruv. Do you
Mm,
know what I mean? You know, we don't live in a very nice world. Well, we do. It's pretty fantastic. But the stuff that does, the stuff that is bad is normally fucking bad. There's no middle ground. And I can see this, I can see something like that being very much abused.
I see it in two ways as well. Like, I mean, one, if you can record someone's dreams or get into it, then that's another way that ads and things like that. You could be like having ads in your fucking dreams, man, and they could be
Yeah,
putting faults or kind of like they're going to push you this way or think this way or
like in
politically one way.
Futurama,
Yes, yes,
they
that's
put
it, man.
ads in dreams then.
Yeah. Oh, fucking hell. And the other, oh, sorry, the other thing I was going to say about the dreams thing is, I mean, we've all had psycho exes, and how many times have you've woken up and the missus has got the fucking arsehole with you because, in her dream, you was cheating on her. And it's like, what the fuck is wrong with you? I didn't cheat on you. Yeah, but I had a dream that you did. So, and that means
Yeah.
you would.
And
And
then
it's like,
it's also used against it. Just your luck, that would be the night you had a sex dream about the same ex. And she'd be like, oh, look at that.
that's it.
You know
Where
what I
was you
mean?
going? Where was you going in your dreams then?
Yeah.
Oh, fucking hell. Well, yeah.
Yeah, I can see that being used negatively, but same with anything.
Yeah.
You
Oh,
can't make any, you can't make anything good about using it as something bad. I mean, just look at cars. They're one of the greatest things we've ever made, and they're also one of the most dangerous. You know,
yeah.
that's the roll of the dice.
It's almost like everything, isn't it?
Yeah,
As soon as you create something good, there's someone there gonna say, actually, let's do this instead.
yeah. I mean,
Oh,
same with like hammers and tools. You know,
yeah,
they're one of the most important steps in our evolution. And mate, they're also very popular murder weapons. It
yeah.
it just is what it is. You know.
It's a long and short of it, isn't it? It's like
Yeah. There's no escaping it. If we can make it to help mankind, we'll always find a way of how we could use it to kill people as well.
that's the type of people we are.
Yeah,
Oh,
100%.
oh, this is crazy, man. I'm gonna research this and we can come back to that another day. The fucking dream thing. I've just tried to have a look just while we're chatting.
Yeah, but what you were saying about the ads as well, man. I mean, is it going to get to a point where it's like, well, pay five 99 a month and your dreams will be ad free?
Yeah,
Why wouldn't they monetize it?
like
They'd
they
be
do
silly
everything.
not to.
Yeah.
Uh,
But imagine that power of being able to be in subconscious thought, you know,
oh, mate.
and you don't even remember your fucking dreams half the time,
No,
and imagine, oh, no, 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 fuck that, man.
thinking of and people hacking into that and putting subliminal messages into you while you sleep.
Yeah. Or you could literally have thought like some dreams are so lucid that you think they're real until you
Yeah,
wake up. So, oh, well, no,
and
no, thank you.
yeah, and when it comes, like we were saying about the hackers, man, anything could happen. I mean, people are going on now with the whole like privacy issue, like, oh, government read your emails, man, and it's like, yeah, how about having them read your dreams? Right, you'll keep government reading emails in a heart-shaped frame next to your bed.
That's it.
You know, when they're recording your dreams. Oh yeah, I'm not sure how I feel about this.
I also don't
It's,
understand the reason why you need to record a dream, or even go down this road at all.
yeah, because some things of like you were saying before about how sites can do like amazing stuff, and like they can like put the memories of one snail into another, and a lot of people sit there and think that seems like a big waste of like time and money, but there must be some sort of incentive, like a good one behind it.
Yeah,
Like maybe like by doing that, it can find out how to manipulate cells and then get rid of cancer. And then it's like, okay, cool, that's a good route to take. I don't know what it's for, but I'm sure they
mm,
know better than I do. But recording dreams, I don't see what the benefit there is,
no,
like in any route. I mean, even if it's like, oh, it's for like medical purposes, it's like, what's the medical purpose behind recording my dream? I don't
yeah,
get it.
what, nah,
Yeah,
nah.
I mean, if someone out there has the answer, please let us know. But I
Oh
don't see how that can even branch off into anything positive.
no, all I would go to is I think it's like a data collection thing. It's a way of collecting people's
It's got
thoughts
to
and
be.
data. It's got,
They've
but
already
that,
got us accepting cookies all the time.
yeah,
Was that not enough? Because that got to a point before, didn't it? Where you, a few years back, you had to like ask people if it was okay to accept cookies
yeah,
on your website. But now every website you go on is this big bar. Accept cookies. Oh, okay then. Yeah.
yeah. And I
And
don't. I mean,
it's like you say, data collection, man.
yeah. Well, I don't even know what a cookie is.
I don't.
Well,
I
I
have
know.
no idea. I
I
think
know.
I think I mean, as far as I know, I think when you do that, they can personalize the ads for you because they take the data from what other websites you've been on,
Uh,
and then like I think, and then when you, because like if I'm on Facebook, I might get an Amazon ad pop up saying, "Oh, Friday the 13th box set on Blu-ray." It's not a coincidence that they know I like
sure.
Friday the 13th. They obviously the cookies have been linked up, and they're like, "Oh well, as far as his data goes, he spent the last hour or so on Amazon looking at horror movies. So
Right. So they keep
there's
trying
like,
to.
yeah. So then
Yeah.
when you clear your cookie cache or something, I think you go back to getting random ones until they can collect more data to make more specific ones. I think
Right.
that's how it works, which is why they've got to ask you if it's okay now because of that data protection stuff.
Yeah.
So they are asking permission on that to collect your data. But I'm one of those people who's a bit boring. I'm one of those, ugh, if they want to read my emails, what do I care?
Yeah.
I've got that. So I know it's like people say, "Oh, you shouldn't say it," but I don't have anything to hide,
Mm.
so I don't care. They say, "Oh, but your privacy," and it's like, but what about it? I mean, for me, it's fine. I get we should all have a choice, but for me personally, if they want to go through my emails, they're going to get very bored very quickly. It's all going to be Amazon receipts. Some bloke on Facebook said this, and stuff on Pornhub.
Yeah.
That's literally all it's going to be. They're going to be like, "Good God, this guy's boring."
Or good God, this guy's not well.
Yeah, I
What's he
mean,
doing?
look at these Pornhub videos he's looking at. I mean, Jesus Christ.
The ones with only like two views on, and it's both you.
Yeah, I mean, this guy's into some obscure shit.
Oh, well. Speaking of obscure, uh, oh, he says that. I thought I had a really good article then on the zombie fungus because I've still got what's it called window up, and it said, "Can the zombie fungus infect humans?" And no, is the long and short of that. So I was just about to interrupt with something really interesting, but no, we haven't got to worry about them infecting us.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
Well, that's evolution, man. That's not conspiracy theory, and that is just evolution. They've got the spiders. We're now the most populated species outside of like bugs or something.
Hmm.
We're everywhere, and we are the ones that travel the most. I mean, there ain't no animals going abroad without human intervention.
No.
You know, so eventually, why won't they cling on to us and be like, you know what? They're the ones you want to get into. They know the score.
Yeah. Oh well, until someone can weaponize it, and then I'm sure we'll be that'll be the
Well,
next pandemic.
absolutely. Because that's what that's what they'll do, man. They'll be like, oh, these mushrooms are onto something. We form an alliance.
Oh. Uh, all right. What else we got? What else we got? Mm,
Oh, well, I saw something interesting the other day.
oh.
I was looking at a picture on Facebook. Some bloke, he was taking a picture of himself in a band shirt, and behind him he was in his car, and you could see like through the car windows that there was a man in a uniform filling the bloke's car up with petrol.
Rightio.
And someone was commenting saying, "Oh, how like a friend of theirs. It wasn't a proper argument. It was like, oh, how lazy are you? You even get someone to pump your gas for you." Because they're American.
Yeah.
And he said in reply, he goes, "If I could, I would, but here in New Jersey, pumping your own gas is illegal, and it's the only place in America where that's a law." And I thought, that's mad. I thought, is that right? So I went online, and it turns out it's true. It's illegal to pump your own petrol in New Jersey. Someone
Uh,
at the shop has to do it for you.
so hang on, just so I'm on the right track here, because obviously we're over in the UK. We by pumping your own petrol, you mean picking a pump up, put it in your
Yep,
car,
put
and
into your
pressing the button.
car, pressing the button when you're at the petrol cum gas station, like everybody else does. Even in America, they pull up next to the petrol pump, they pull it off, they put it in, blah, 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 it's done. But yeah, to do it yourself in New Jersey, which is just outside New York, it's illegal.
What the fuck?
Yeah, someone at the shop has to do it for you. So I thought, that's a really weird law. So I thought, what other weird laws are there?
Oh
I
dear.
found me some weird laws, mate.
Yes, yes.
Right. Now, some of these are quite practical, I think. But like one of them here is, for example, it's illegal to wear stilettos in Greece when visiting monuments and stuff like that, or if you're in historical areas. Totally
Is that
illegal to wear
is that for
stilettos.
is that for health and safety though?
No, it's because you might damage the monuments.
Oh, fuck's sake.
Yeah, but even if you're like in a like a historical village sort of thing, where it's like, oh, this is like one of the oldest villages in Greece or something. They've got like old, like like even the cobblestone roads or whatever
Yeah.
are like really old. If that's part of what they consider historic, you're not allowed to walk in it with high heels on or stilettos because you could damage the road.
Fuck's sake.
Yeah, so
So they've
that's not allowed.
so it's been around for hundreds or thousands of years, and then all of a sudden it's like, actually, guys, we've got to stop people with stilettos walking on here.
Yeah, we can't have them crumbling away our heritage because they take history and stuff very seriously in Greece.
Yeah,
Very
yeah.
seriously. Obviously one of my colleagues over in Greece who lives in Crete, and he's forever posting up like pictures from his walks and whatnot. And yeah, he said like people are very here when it comes to monuments and stuff and other things like that. But they're very like strict on looking after them and keeping together the history of the country. It's all very
Which I suppose is nice though, as well.
yeah,
Really, it's
absolutely.
good. It's good they got pride.
Holding on to tradition and pride and heritage. Why not? Here's one for you. In Portugal, it's illegal to wee in the ocean.
Oh, fuck's. Who's
I don't know
gonna?
how they'd catch you.
Yeah,
I
well,
don't know
that's
how they
it.
police this, but it's
Underwater police
illegal.
sharks. You
Police
know,
sharks, mate. That's what we want.
I
Oh,
don't.
Sharky and George at it again.
What the fuck, man? Honestly, you can't. How can you even? Go on. Have you got a reason
They,
behind it as well?
no,
Oh,
it's illegal to pee in the ocean. I don't know if they've got like people that maybe I guess it's because it's like maybe it's a holiday destination.
Yeah.
and they don't want people like getting peed on. Maybe that's got something to do with it. But like, do you reckon they've got like people with like binoculars staring out there going, "Go on, have a piss, make my day, punk. I dare ya. I want someone to piss today." Just don't know how they. I don't know, man, but that's the way they roll in Portugal. Pee in our ocean. Ooh, ooh, ooh.
It's actually, yeah. I just had a look because I wanted to see if how they policed it. It says, yeah, Portugal has taken the "don't pee in the pool" rule to a whole new level by making it illegal for anyone to pee in the ocean.
There you go. Yeah, get a load of this and all, mate. When you think of like an Australian person, I don't know about you, but I think about someone, necking a few beers and having a good time.
Of course.
Well, if you're a bar owner in Australia,
Mm.
it's illegal to let your patrons get too drunk.
Oh,
Yeah, and you can receive heavy fines of up to $133 per head.
what if you let them get pissed?
If you let them get too drunk, yeah, you can get fined over $130.
So what about if they turn up pissed? What about if they turn up pissed? Is it then your responsibility to say,
Yeah, I
oh,
suppose you have to say to them like, so, I mean, where's the loophole there? I mean, if they turn up really pissed, you didn't get them pissed. They were already pissed. But at the same time, when they come in, have you got to say no? Sorry.
you can't breathalyze everyone, can you? Walking in the door.
I know. I don't know how it works, or again, how do they police that? But I suppose someone gets caught drinking on the way back home or something. I don't know if it's an incentive to stop people drink driving or whatever, or people not getting too pissed up and fighting in the streets. Because
Yeah.
we've heard the statistics on like alcoholic related deaths, you know,
Mm.
and when you go to a hospital on a Friday or Saturday night and you're in A&E, how many of those people have just been in a drunken brawl or something or fallen over? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's going to
but
be a fair few.
but is that the responsibility of the bar owner?
Well, this is it. Again, I think maybe it's a difficult one, isn't it? Because you can't tell them how to spend their money. If someone wants to come into your pub, they've got every right to, unless you barred them or whatever.
Yeah.
But
I mean,
at the same time, that's your bread and butter as well. Selling alcohol is your business.
yeah. I mean, like just to paraphrase on that, like how many times in our life have we been banned from Sainsbury's? Lots of times we can't go to Sainsbury's or Asda or Morrison's, or we've been kicked out because we've been pissed. And I get
Yeah,
that because it's a public setting. It was
yeah,
probably 2 in the afternoon, and there's kids running around. And I get why we've been kicked out of places like that. But I'm trying to think. I don't think I've ever been refused a beer in a pub, unless I was literally way too over the top where I couldn't stand or string a sentence together. Or is that what they're saying? But it's such blurry lines though, isn't it? Like where do you call?
yeah.
Because some people hold their drink really well, and some
Mm.
people don't.
Yeah, and it's particularly like, oh yeah, well, you only given me 3 drinks. That guy's had 8, and it's. Do you know what I mean? How do
And
you?
then
Yeah,
they're fighting. Then them two are fighting. Or
yeah,
what if, so? I mean, this is me coming from the pisshead's point of view. Surely, if you was say you was getting Larry and you had a few too many, I'll just go to the fucking bar and order 2 drinks and bring one back for you.
yeah,
If you can't get served, what's the barman gonna do? He ain't gonna. Oh well, if we ever get any Australians listen and come back, that'd be really cool. If you like want to tell us how the fuck you enforce that.
yeah. That'd be interesting to hear about.
Yeah.
I'd like something like that because it's good for people who are going to go to Australia eventually as well. Know
Well,
this in advance. If you want to go to Australia on a stag do, know this, boys. You know what I mean?
that's it. Should we go out there and get pissed up? Well,
Yeah. Well,
not here.
yeah. Beware about these bits. So yeah, getting more on that would be nice. Um, and if anyone's from Florida, just know that it's illegal to fart in any public place after 6 p.m. on a Thursday. Again, I don't know why that's a law or why after 6 p.m. on a Thursday.
Is that just a
This is
Thursday?
very specific. Yep, just a Thursday. It is illegal to break wind in any public place after 6 p.m. on a Thursday.
So, what I want to know is, right, I want to know obviously the reason why they fucking had to put this law up.
I want
But
to know how many people have been arrested for that.
That's exactly what I was going to say. What does the old Bill do, or the police officer over there? If you need to crack one, and you're like, oh, you
Oh,
fart,
wise guy, eh?
yeah, imagine that getting tackled to the floor and beaten to an inch of your life, all because you
Oh,
farted.
mate, your job is to tackle someone who just farted. That's not a good job.
Nah, you got to reevaluate your life, haven't you, if that's the case?
Yeah. And what if they've got health problems?
Yeah, IBS or
Yeah. And if they
yeah,
say they've got a health problem, how do you test that?
well, you don't really do it on the street, do you?
Oh,
Fuck
again,
you.
difficult one to police.
Yeah,
So if anyone in Florida's got a criminal background for farting in public,
we'll have you on.
yeah, I mean that's not the best sort of like bragging story in prison, is it?
No.
What you in for? Yeah, I farted in Marks and Spencer's on Thursday night. You know what I mean? That's sort of like, oh, yeah, don't mess with him. Yeah, that's a bit, oh, all
Well, unlucky, I got away with it because I was in Wilco's at 5:30.
right. Oh, yes.
You know.
Yeah, so it's a bit of a mad one. This is my personal favourite one because I totally 100% agree with it.
Oh, God.
Right, so celebrities beware because in Denmark it is illegal to give your kid a weird name, and you must pick one from a list of 7,000 approved names. And if you want to give it a name outside of that list, you have to apply for special permission from the government.
Absolutely agree.
100%. You want to give your kid a stupid name? Not in Denmark, motherfucker. They take bullying very seriously.
Good. No, do you know what, man? I agree because
Yeah,
like nowadays, it's almost a competition, isn't it, to have like the weirdest name when they get born?
yeah. It's like, look, mate, you're already in a shit band. Don't go calling your kid Apple. You know what I mean? It's this kid's got enough problems. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Oh, it's crazy some of the stuff that some of the names that people come out with, and even like Joe Public, like people like us.
Yeah.
Well, not people like us because we use real good normal names, but people just try and the spellings, and they change the spellings or they
Oh,
change.
no.
For fuck's
Yeah, because
sake.
I don't want to like say any sort of names because
Sure.
obviously I don't want any of our listeners to be here thinking, oh, they think my kid's name's something stupid. But I totally agree to the point. I mean, don't get me. I like an unusual name.
Yeah.
It's like the name Aoife. I've got a niece called Aoife. I think
Hmm.
that's a lovely name. It's an old. I think it's Old Gaelic. I could
Right.
be wrong on that. And I would Google it, but I have no idea how to fucking spell it. I think it's Aofie.
I know
Or
exactly what it
is it
is.
IF? Is it Aoife? I think. It's,
Uh,
yeah, yes, yeah.
AOIFE.
Baby
Yeah.
names from Ireland. Yeah, it's Gaelic. It means beautiful, radiant, and joyful, which is exactly what my niece is. And but yeah, names like that, I think they're lovely. It's like, yeah, that's really nice. But then when you've got someone's like, oh, this is my son, electrical grid. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, really? Yeah, yeah, okay, yeah, yeah. Good
he,
luck, kid.
he's got a tough couple of years ahead of him, isn't he? Where they got
Yeah,
names like that.
100%. So no, Denmark, totally behind you there. And I think a list of 7,000 names. I'm guessing that's going to be like, I don't know if that's 3,500 boys' names, 3,500 girls' names, or maybe it's 3,000 of each and 500 like unisex names.
Yeah.
I don't know what the order there is, but that's a pretty big list to choose
That's a
from.
lot. That's a lot of choice, isn't it?
Yeah, 7,000 names. I can't imagine. I mean, I don't have any kids, so I don't know what couples go through. But when they go through, well, what baby name should we go with? I bet they don't go through 7,000.
That's it.
So they're being pretty generous here. So no, Denmark, 100% behind you.
Yeah. Fair play. That's a good one. That's
Yeah,
good.
that's what I like. And I don't know what the special permission from the government is, but you have to apply for it. You can't just like one of those things you ring, can we do this? And they go, yeah. No, you've got to apply for the permission. So I hope they've got like a good like group of people who look at it and go, they're having a fucking laughing, mate. No,
What
no,
are you
they're
playing
not
at?
calling their kid that. In fact, they're lucky we don't take the kid away. Do you know what I mean? So no, yep, well beyond that one.
Happy
Um,
days.
you can marry dead people in France. You can marry a dead person.
Are we talking recently deceased or any
I
kind
think
of?
I think it's my I think this is one where it comes down to like property and stuff. Like I don't know, like let me quickly check this. I think it's to do with like sorting out legal paperwork. Like if you want this person, if you were together with this person for like so long, and they want to be like, I think it comes down to like next of kin laws. Like if they've got no family, and
Yeah,
it's like it's down to the next of kin to do this, and you're just engaged at the time of like being deceased. I think they can be like, right, we can now make you officially married so that you can have the next of kin privileges.
right,
I think that's how it works. It's not like a matter of, oh, I was so in love with William Shakespeare, I want to marry him now, even though he's dead. I think it's literally for stuff like this. But let me
right.
just double check it. France, marry a.
We are busting out some facts today, aren't we? People are
We
getting
are.
this isn't like us going off on a tangent like last time. This is people are getting real facts about the world, which is absolute nonsense, probably a lot of it, but it's they're learning like we're learning.
Well, the law came about in France. It is legal to marry a dead person, originating during World War One after the insurmountable losses inflicted on loved ones during World War One. Marriage to a deceased person was allowed by use of proxy to soldiers so that bereaved girlfriends and fiancés could marry their loved ones that were lost at war weeks earlier. So
All
that's
right,
how it started out. But yeah, it's mainly from what I can see here. Like it's like it's still in going for next of kin privileges
hmm.
and stuff like that. But yeah, it's necrogamy is also a name for it. So not and yeah, regulated by Article 171 of the Civil Code in France. If people
Well,
want to
there,
look into that some more,
there we go.
yeah, mate. There's
Loads of
also
options.
yeah, and if you're going to go to Singapore, do not bring chewing gum. It is illegal.
Is it?
Unless it's dental gum or nicotine gum, totally illegal. And again, for good reason, because chewing gum is a big thing that litters streets.
Yep.
People spit it out, they stick it on the bottom of benches, they stick it on walls, window sills, on top of bins, phone boxes, everywhere. You'll always find chewing gum somewhere. So no, totally
It,
illegal out there in Singapore.
and it is fucking rank as well when you like to put your hand on it or you touch it or you step in it.
Yeah,
It is rank. Yeah, I get that.
yes. So, but yeah, that's my little list of funny laws that I sort of slipped into, which was pretty fun.
Yeah, man. I know there's another one over. It's not Singapore. It's Thailand that you're not allowed to step on the currency because it's got
I've
uh,
heard that.
yeah, it's got the Reverend King of Thailand on it and the Thai
Mm,
baht. I think it's the baht how they pronounce it. And
yeah,
stepping on it is a criminal act. Now I get that as in a respectful manner. Like you can't stand on it because it's the king's face.
yeah, it
But
could be considered treasonous, I suppose.
yeah, but what if you drop your fucking money on a windy day? You're going to look like a right cunt running down the road on your all fours, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm stepping on that bit of money. Ain't
Yeah.
nobody having it.
Then what are you going to do? Get arrested for it? Get arrested for standing on your.
Yeah, trying to save your bread and butter.
Well, that's it. Well, what are you in here for? Oh, I stood on me stood on my pound note. Stood on my £5 note. Oh,
Oh yes,
nice one.
there was a blizzard out.
Well, it
Well,
happens though.
for our UK listeners, if they're
Mm,
inclined, because obviously we're from the UK, got to drop a local law down, and
go
I've
for
got
it.
a couple here for you.
Yes.
Now, one of which is this is for you cannon owners out there. You
Listen,
cannot, if you own a cannon and you plan on firing it, you cannot do so within 300 yards of someone else's property.
well, there we
So
go.
make sure you're at 301 yards and you can fire that cannon all day fucking long. If you come under that, mate, oh, you're in trouble.
So you've got to be 300 yards away if you own a
Yes.
cannon.
And anyone who might be fishing or buying salmon from the shop or anything like that, if you're going to carry your salmon, do so unsuspiciously because it is illegal to suspiciously carry a salmon.
What the hell constitutes as suspiciously holding a salmon?
I don't know if it's looking through holes in a newspaper whilst carrying your salmon, trying to look, or if you've got a balaclava or something.
I, I literally, I'm just trying to think of things to say, and I'm like, I don't know if I'm trying to, if I'm trying to be funny or if I'm not, but I just can't fucking think about how someone would ever put a lure up with a fucking
Yeah.
salmon.
According to this, handling a salmon in suspicious circumstances sound like it might be a archaic law, but it is in fact enshrined. That's right, we use the word enshrined in Section 32 of the Salmon Act of 1986, and it is aimed at selling fish gained through illicit means, rather than people furtively skulking around dark corners clutching their samosa. So if you're flogging off sus- some salmon that looks suspiciously poached, then you could be in trouble.
But but you could still sell your moody salmon as long as you're not doing it suspiciously.
Yeah, don't try and sell salmon if you've got shifty eyes.
Yeah.
And if every time if you're buying from someone some salmon, and then you hear the sound dun 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 as he hands it over to you, grass him
Just
up.
yeah, that's it.
That's moody salmon.
It's really. Did you say there's a salmon act?
The Salmon Act. The Salmon Act of 1986.
That isn't a long time ago, really, is it?
That's what, 35 years ago?
Yeah.
The Salmon Act of 1986 is an Act of Parliament of the United Kingdom passed in 1986. Yeah, I guessed as much, which regulates salmon fishery. It is frequently cited in lists of absurd and unusual laws since it contains a provision making it illegal to handle salmon in suspicious circumstances. So yeah, see, it's often cited apparently. But yeah,
See, we could have just saved someone like a hefty. I guess it's not going to be a prison sentence, but a fine if they're
I'd
going to be
imagine it'd
walking.
be a good fine. Yeah,
Yeah, but like, what the fuck? So if I go to Asda and buy a salmon and I just put it in my bag and then I realise like shit, I've just put this whole salmon wrapped in paper in the bag. It's not. It looks a bit weird in there. So I'm clutching the bag to my chest. That's going to be me fucked, isn't it?
yeah. You see a couple of coppers see you, mate, coming out of Asda, then you look over and be like, hello a minute. He looks a bit suspicious
What's in the
with
bag?
his
I can't
salmon
tell you.
look.
What's in the bag? I bet it's a salmon. Let's get him.
Something smells fishy around here.
Oh no, he's done it again. He's
Oh,
done it
come on,
again.
Aaron, you're better than this. Why?
We'll blame it on the snow.
Oh, that's all you can blame it on these days, mate.
Oh, you got anything else from the UK?
Oh, I'm sure I can find one. Range
Oh,
law in the UK. Let's have a look. Mm-mm-mm.
salmon act. Oh.
Oh, we've got five.
Oh, that was it. We'll do the five.
We'll do the five.
The
I'm
five.
happy with five crazy ass laws in the UK.
Right.
Let's have a little looky loo. Right. Paying a lump sum for your facial hair. I don't know
What?
what consists of a lump sum.
What is illegal?
Well, let's have a look. Do. Oh, fuck off, you crazy pop-ups. They're already putting ads in my dreams.
It's the zombie spiders, man.
Yeah, so it's like, yeah, paying a lump sum for your facial hair. King Henry VIII imposed a beard tax that every man must pay to wear facial hair.
What the fuck? Well, I'm fucked then.
Yeah, I ain't paying that. Well, what else we got here? Oh, no walking cows down the street in daylight.
Well, I've never seen a cow walking down the street in daylight, so that's good. That
Now you know why.
yeah.
Bloody illegal. Oh, yeah, we got here the suspicious handling of freshwater fish. Now let's see what this one here says. In order to regulate fisheries and avoid illegal fishing and shady trading deals and poaching, the Salmon Act was created. Section 32 aims to punish anyone receiving or disposing of salmon in an illegal manner. So
Christ.
that's what handling it. Yeah, and it's also it's extended to other freshwater fish such as trout, eels, lampreys, and smelt.
So
So yeah,
basically,
this if you're buying or selling poached salmon or those other freshwater fish, that's considered the suspicious handling or handling salmon or fish in suspicious circumstances. So if you want to run through the high street holding a salmon with a balaclava on, you're fine, unless said salmon was bought through illegal means.
well, by the sounds of it, so far this podcast today has taught me that we're not having any more fish and no more fucking mushrooms.
No, mate. And
Good.
do not attend parties dressed in police or army attire.
Oh, okay.
Yes,
I,
which is according to the Seamen's and Soldiers False Characters Act of 1906 and the Police Act of 1996, where it is illegal to pretend to be a part of the armed forces or police.
oh, come on. I'm sure if it was like a Halloween party, people are not going to fucking. They probably would get upset about that though. I mean, I don't know any policemen or anything, but I suppose they would get upset if people pretending to be them. But
And
isn't
here's
this?
one that's interesting, the last one here for you.
Here we go.
Using a phone to pay at a drive-through while your car is still running.
Well, that's all of us fucked then.
Yeah, and the penalty for breaking said law is £200 and 6 points on your license.
Jesus Christ.
So if you're going to pay at a drive-through for your old takeaway food or whatnot, or if it's getting your car serviced and you're in your car and you use that Apple Pay or that Google Pay or whatever it is, turn your engine off first, because if you get caught, whoo, that's 6 points on your license and 200 smackaroonies straight out of your bloody pocket, my boy. Or
Jesus.
girl.
Hell yeah. Or girl, that's right.
That's right.
Whichever way you identify, or any
Yeah,
way, not either way. It's any way, isn't it nowadays? So yeah, but like,
and so
it's like if you went to McDonald's, how the fuck are you gonna point? You're supposed to turn your car off. Honestly, that's what they're
turn
trying to
your
say.
car off. Yep. If your engine is, I suppose they look at it as you're using your phone while driving.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
So I can see why it's good. It sort of enforces it. But if you're in a hurry, make sure
The-
you remember to turn off your car, because if because sod's law, the car behind you will be a couple of coppers. They go to drive-throughs too. You know.
And do they turn their cars off?
I
Probably
should
not.
bloody well hope so.
Hypocrites,
We
that's what they
already
are.
let them skip red lights.
What else do they want?
Oh,
Well, what can you say?
I don't know, mate. But whatever needs saying, I'm sure we said it.
I'm sure we have said it. I think we've covered everything. Well, from mushrooms to drive-throughs.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think
We've
we'll
even
call.
covered spaceships having a rave.
Yeah, we well we touched upon it.
We did.
Yeah, man. So
Yeah,
that was this week's thing, guys. And till
yeah,
next time.
absolutely. And if we can end on a rather serious note, not too serious,
Hmm.
but obviously, we're amongst this pandemic at the minute, and we don't like to touch on it too much because it's everywhere. You can't bloody escape it. But a lot of people at home are suffering with mental health difficulties through this time, and just know it's okay to unwind to stuff like this and talk to other people about it. If
Yeah,
you're
man.
suffering, reach out to your friends. I suffer with mental health difficulties myself, as does Ad.
Sure.
You
Yeah.
know, we have these problems, and feel free to reach out and just let other people know that you're struggling. It never hurts.
No, that's right. I mean, there's loads of numbers, there's loads of things to call, but I mean, just talk to someone.
Yeah,
Call. I mean, drop us a
unless
fucking
they're a
line.
mushroom.
Yeah,
If
unless they're
they're
a
a
mushroom.
mushroom, just run. Find an adult and run.
Yeah,
But
because it's
if
not
you
going
want to
to end
get in touch with us as well and just let us know how you're feeling, like Ad just said, drop us
well.
a line. Let us know if we can help out any more than we already are. I mean, there's nothing more we can do,
Yeah,
so
you
you'll be
can't.
shit out of luck. But even if it's just you know, cheers for listening, and you want to get a shout out or something, we're here.
Yeah, and that's all it comes down to. That's kind of what this was all about. It was for us to just have a chat about things and kind of get people's minds away from the crap of the world in general.
Oh,
That
yeah,
that's
it's
why that's why we're all over the place, isn't it? That's the whole reason why we did it. That's why there's no structure,
100%.
and that's why we don't do much research on it, and that's why we just rant off because
Yeah,
there's too
it's
much.
it's only because of the circumstances we're under that this podcast even exists.
Yeah, absolutely.
So it's totally, this is for the people who don't have anything else to do.
Yeah,
Just you're stuck indoors. You've constantly got COVID thrown at you, and who knows what else. And there's the whole Brexit embargo, and there's the stuff going on in America,
hmm
and it's just, you know what? Let's just for an hour a week. Here's a distraction.
yeah,
It's two idiots spouting off on stuff that they don't understand. But we hope that someone out there will understand it and will maybe put us right and be like, "Oh my good God, you two couple of idiots! This is how it actually works," and then we can learn something, and through that, others can learn.
everyone can learn. But yeah,
Exactly,
man. No, that's
like
good.
mushrooms that are learning.
Learning too bloody quick.
There's a
So
bit of
yeah,
us versus the Nova Scotia mushroom people.
yeah. So yeah, on that note, guys, fucking look after yourself seriously because it is crazy times, and we'll see you next week.
Absolutely,
Laters.
taters.